Hello everybody, welcome to Vigilant Citizen. My name is Josh, thanks for joining. And you'll notice in my video today there are not going to be any dogs behind me. I had to stick them inside. This is my second attempt to record this video. There's a squirrel in a tree, in this dead tree behind me. You can see, am I pointing at that one right there? I need to get that tree removed, but there's a squirrel in there today and the dogs, especially Kepler, just will not shut up. And so they interrupted this video 5,000 times or more. And I just had enough, so I just decided to just cut, trying again. So thank you for joining. It's a beautiful early morning. Well, not that early. Sun's up. But I had a little I had something happen this morning that I thought I could draw a parable to, or a metaphor to, that I wanted to share with all of you that I thought was interesting. So this morning when I got up, I did all of the regular chores, right? One of the main ones being to let those chickens out of their coop, right? Got to let them out of the coop because I put them there at night so that predators like mountain lions and raccoons are the worst. Raccoons are more likely to get into the coop and just devour those poor little birds. So I get up in the morning and I let them out and I feed them, make sure they have water, all that kind of stuff. Well, chickens are kind of dirty and they will just do their business anywhere. And so whenever I walk back into the house after interacting with the chickens, I check the bottom of my shoes, make sure I'm not going to bring any of that inside. And this morning I saw that there was a possibility I may have brought some of that with me. So I went back out to the hose, which is right over here. And as I was going to the hose to wash off my shoes, I felt a sharp pinprick on my right calf, like right above my ankle on the back side there. And I looked down, I didn't see anything, but there was a little red dot, and then it was starting to swell around it already. And so I looked around, and I found a nest of wasps. I don't think it's on an electric panel. That's not an electric panel. I don't know what that is exactly, but it's on the side of the house. It's a panel on the side of the house, and they built a nest there. And I can see, hold on. Noise ordinance. I can see that some of them survived. I'm going to get to that in a moment, but some of them are back and they're trying to rebuild. And so when I saw that that's what was there, I came to the conclusion that one of them had stung me. So I took the hose and I brought down upon them what they must have thought was the wrath of God. And I sprayed them out of their nest. And when they landed on the ground, I did my best excuse me, just to completely drown them. I took a little tarp kind of thing that's sitting over there, and I laid it across them, all those ones who dropped down to the ground, and I started stomping on it, and I did my best just to completely destroy their nest. I didn't knock it off. I didn't have anything with which to knock it off, and I didn't want to touch it myself in case there's any wasps still in there who could come out and retaliate. But while I was doing this, this horrible deed that had to be done, because I'm a live and let live kind of guy, I don't want my house infested with bugs. But if there's bugs and spiders in there, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just pick them up if I'm not worried about them, like if it's like a pill bug or whatever, a roly-poly, and I'll just take them outside. Or if it's a spider, we can live with spiders as long as it's not like a wolf spider or anything. Just put them on a paper towel or a piece of paper and take them outside. I'm not going to crush them. I don't have any reason to do that. And besides, spiders eat mosquitoes. Get rid of those things. Do your job. So that's good. Again, I don't want my house infested with bugs, but I'm not going to go out of my way to kill them either. I am ready and willing to live and let live until somebody else shows me that they're not willing to do the same. It's kind of a tit for tat model. And this goes back to that message I had, should you ever hate? Well, I hate those wasps. And as I was carrying out this awful deed, I noticed that there were some grasshoppers who were down below in the gravel, and they were just trying to survive the onslaught that I had brought upon the wasps. And I wasn't aiming for them, but I'm sure that I got a couple of them. They got caught in the crossfire, and I'm sure some of them did not survive. And it made me think about some of these old stories that we have about if you're, well, I'll get to that, but if you're a person who's who's involved with somebody else who is doing the wrong thing, who is causing problems, then you'd better be ready to get caught in their wake of destruction, right? So these grasshoppers were near these wasps, and even if they weren't doing what the wasps were doing, they were caught up in the destruction that I wrought upon them. And it reminds me of those old stories of certain cities or civilizations that, sure, there may be some good people there. Well, in one of these there isn't. Sodom and Gomorrah comes to mind, right? There wasn't a single good person in there. But who was it? Lot's wife got turned into a pillar of salt just by looking back, and so she was kind of innocent. I'm not getting theological here. Maybe there's an argument that she wasn't innocent. But that was just kind of a message that, hey, don't get caught up in the degeneracy, in the evil that's being perpetrated in those cities. Grasshoppers, don't get caught up in the evil and degeneracy that's being perpetrated by this wasp nest. Yeah, I'm coming for you guys. I see you. I see like 2 of them moving around over there. So in other places like the fall of Rome, there are lots of innocents there, but it sunk into degeneracy. Modern San Francisco, what a... Well, I just won't go into that. But places like that. So I guess the message is don't get caught up to any extent with anybody or any group that is degenerate, that is off the wrong path, that is destructive, that doesn't do good for things, because you will, when things go south, you will be associated with it, and when the fire comes, it cleanses all. So don't be one of those who get cleansed. Just completely separate yourself. Reminds me of another biblical story. Who was that? Joseph, who was the Pharaoh's, it's coming back to me, he was the Pharaoh's consul or something, and the Pharaoh's wife made a pass at him, and he just like, she grabbed his coat and he just tore it off himself and just ran away. Yeah, that might be the right thing to do in a lot of these cases, so that you don't get caught up when judgment day comes. This is a very biblical message today, but those poor grasshoppers, they didn't necessarily have it coming, and you may not necessarily have it coming, but just make sure that you're keeping a wide distance, a wide berth away from the people who do have it coming. So don't mingle with wasps. It won't ever do you any good. It might be fun in the moment. Maybe they're crazy. Maybe they're fun. Maybe they're interesting. They're exciting. Maybe they get your heart rate up. But when the owner of the house comes by with a hose, he's going to indiscriminately destroy everything in his path. Make sure you're not in it. All right, relatively short message today, everybody. Like I said, that just happened this morning, and I thought I'd share that thought with you. So thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you have any thoughts or comments. I still really want to get some thoughts or comments from my previous video about is the civilization in decline, and today's message is kind of like that, because as our civilization continues to decline, none of you out there have given me any cause to believe that it's not. So feel free to comment or send me an email and directly contradict me. I'd love to have that conversation. But as our civilization continues to decline, make sure that you're not getting caught up with the San Franciscans. Sorry if you live in San Francisco. Maybe it's time to move out. Make sure you're not getting caught up with these people who are actively doing awful things to our children, who are looking to make things worse, who are disrupting civilized life, who are tearing down statues, who are making things worse for everybody and have no plan to make things better. Don't get caught up with them, because judgment day will come for them, and you do not want to be associated with them or that. So as our civilization declines, keep your chin up. You know, if anything, stay poolside, have a beer, and just watch it all crumble. Wow, that's the most positive I can be about it. So as always, let me know. Oh, there's a pill bug crawling up over on this, on that side. I've got this mosquito netting all the way around, and there's a pill bug. I'll help him down after we're done here. So anyway, shoot me a text. None of you have my number, and you won't get it. Shoot me an email. That's what I meant to say, or comments down below to join the conversation. Always appreciate it. Stay vigilant out there, and I'll see you next time.